Welcome to another edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a weekly program that highlights some of the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. I am your presenter, Carissa Franks. Coming up, Prime Minister Harris leads St. Kitts and Nevis delegation on an official visit to the Republic of China, Taiwan. Republic of China, Taiwan confers highest honor on Prime Minister Harris. St. Kitts Nevis students in Taiwan commend PM Harris and the Team Unity government, and St. Kitts and Nevis's High Commissioner to Canada speaks on strong bilateral relations between the two countries. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris received a warm reception on Monday, April 15, upon his arrival at the Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport in the Republic of China, Taiwan, where he is leading a St. Kitts and Nevis delegation on a 5-day, April 15 to 19, official visit to the allied nation. The Honorable Prime Minister is being accompanied by his cabinet colleague, the Honorable Ian Patches-Liburd, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, to St. Kitts and Nevis, His Excellency Tom Lee, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Skerritt, Human Resource Manager, Ms. Coretta Harris, Ms. Laverne Harris, daughter of the Prime Minister, and Press Assistant in the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Kyloni Johnson. On April 16, 2019, Prime Minister Harris was bestowed the Order of Propitious Clouds with Special Grand Cordon by the President of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Her Excellency Dr. Tsai Ing-wen, for St. Kitts and Nevis's significant contributions to strengthening relations between both countries. The Order of Propitious Clouds with Special Grand Cordon is one of Taiwan's highest orders and decorations conferred on foreign heads of government. The honor was bestowed on the St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister during a state banquet held at the Presidential Office Plaza in Taipei, following the staging of a 19-gun military display by the Taiwan Honor Guard. Prime Minister Harris described the day's ceremony as very humbling and noted, "I am mindful that today's investiture of this highest honor is symbolic of the sincere appreciation and regard of the government and people of Taiwan for my leadership in promoting greater international support for Taiwan at the United Nations, WTO, World Trade Organization, and other international fora." Several nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis who are currently furthering their education at various universities in the Republic of China, Taiwan, have expressed their appreciation to Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris and his Team Unity administration for their work in strengthening the ties between the Twin Island Federation and Taiwan, which has led to even more nationals being afforded the opportunity to pursue their goals of attaining higher education through scholarships. On Tuesday, April 16, Prime Minister Harris met with the group of Kittitian and Nevisian students at the St. Kitts and Nevis Embassy in Taiwan as part of his official visit to the allied country. The Prime Minister was accompanied by Minister of Public Infrastructure et al., the Honorable Ian Patches-Liburd, St. Kitts and Nevis Ambassador to the Republic of China, Taiwan, Her Excellency Jasmine Huggins, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Skerritt, and other members of the St. Kitts and Nevis delegation. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of International Trade, Industry, Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Mrs. Jasmine Weeks, is currently attending a Caribbean Trade Summit, Expo Puerto Rico 2019. Mrs. Weeks is one of 4 regional speakers invited to deliberate on trade conditions and potential business in St. Kitts and Nevis. According to Mrs. Weeks, the summit aims to establish together an all-inclusive dialogue leading to business opportunities for our Caribbean entrepreneurs. She expresses her gratitude to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for the tremendous opportunity afforded to her to make such representation. Expo Puerto Rico is the biggest trade and exports conference of the Caribbean. In a letter written to the Association of Administrative Professionals of St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Kitts Chapter, the Cabinet of Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris has approved the proclamation of Administrative Professionals Week 2019 for the week of April 21st to 28th and Wednesday 24th April as Administrative Professionals Day. Administrative Professionals Week is observed annually in workplaces around the world to recognize the important contributions of administrative support staff and is sponsored by the International Association of Administrative Professionals, IAAP. The theme for this year's Administrative Professionals Week is Administrative Professionals, We Touch the World. The theme reflects how today's career-minded administrative professionals strive to excel in the quality of their work and recognize the importance of lifelong learning. St. Kitts and Nevis's High Commissioner to Canada, based in Ottawa, Her Excellency Sherry Truss, said that the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis and Canada has been a mutually beneficial one which dates back to the 1600s and extends much further than visa-free access. However, she said that restoring the visa-free access to Canada for Kittitians and Nevisians is a work in progress. At a press conference with the Diplomatic and Consular Corps accredited to St. Kitts and Nevis on the 8th of April at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort as part of Diplomatic Week 2019, April 7 to 12, under the theme Securing a Resilient Future Through Strategic Diplomacy and Effective Dialogue. Her Excellency Truss expressed that her team is working tirelessly through diplomacy to rectify the visa situation.
Canada has had such a long-standing relationship with the Caribbean and with St. Kitts and Nevis, which goes back to the 17th century. This was a trading relationship where Canada provided us with codfish, as you know, and we sent back rum and molasses. And so we're saying we've had this centuries-long relationship. At this point in time, we want to ensure that the relationship is strengthened, it continues to grow, that Canada remains open for people-to-people exchanges.
On November 22, 2014, St. Kitts and Nevis lost its visa-free access to Canada. However, Kittitians and Nevisians are still able to attain the visa through one of multiple programs, such as a multiple entry visa. That's it for this edition of SKNIS Week in Review. See you next week.